Hi guys, my name is ShawnaeHolliday, and today I will be talking about my most frequently asked questions in regards to my up-and-coming through hike of the Appalachian Trail. Alrighty, so I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to be looking down at my phone a lot just because this is where I posted most of all my questions in my notes. So the first question is how long have you been planning this? So I've been planning this through hike for about a year and a half now. I've been wanting to do this through hike since 2014, my freshman year in college. I also have been wanting to do this through hike since then, but I wanted to always do it before I turned 30. And I have only one more year until that happens. How are you able to afford this? What about bills? So this has been like the ongoing question because I think we all know now more than ever, everything is just going up, 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 and up, and up, right? So I've been asking for money through my GoFundMe, so I've been getting donations. I have two savings because I have two different jobs. They're both are part-time, but I tend to try to make full-time hours at both of those jobs, and they also are both lifeguarding positions, which most people are like, oh, you know, lifeguarding doesn't make a lot of money, but if you put in the hours, you definitely can make some pretty good money doing lifeguarding. I also give myself a monthly allowance in regards to groceries, as well as spending out, like going out with friends and stuff. So that's also another way I do this. Paying off stuff in advance. For this up and coming through hike, I'm going to pay off my car note and my cell phone bills in advance, so that way I won't have to worry about it whilst I am out on trail. Which is kind of hefty prices, but I believe that if you get things done beforehand, you can set aside the money that you need for while you're out there, and that is my thought process in regards to why I'm paying off those things 6 months prior than paying them off as I go. Yeah. I'm also buying quality gear, which I'll talk more about in my gearless packing video, which will be the next video that you'll see right before I go out on trail. Exciting. The next question is, how often do you plan to stop into towns? So according to the AT Conservancy, there's about every 3 to 5 days there is a town nearby in which hikers can resupply. So that's kind of my caveat there. Every 3 to 5 days I'll stop into town depending on if I need something or not, and whether or not I want to do laundry or shower. How much, except for in the 100-mile wilderness. That is where that does not happen, and that's about a 7-day stretch. How much water do you plan on carrying? So I'm planning to carry two 32-ounce smart water bottles, as well as I was gifted a hydro flask, a 21-ounce hydro flask that is a Trailblazer hydro flask that I'll be also using whenever I want to have extra water for those dry spots along trail. What food do you plan on taking? So this has been a question that some people have asked just because of the fact that if you know me, you know I don't eat very much. Hence is the reason why I guess I'm kind of small, but I've been skinny my whole life, literally. So noodles, oatmeal, dry food packages such as ready-made meals that most people know about when it comes to through hiking. A lot of protein mixes, because that is kind of how I plan on getting a lot of my like supplements for, or not just supplements, but just nutrients in general. And anything that's like pretty much disposable in regards to like it won't go bad too soon is what I'm trying to say. And then I would also go into town and get fresh fruits and veggies whenever I'm in town, and kind of use those within the first couple of days of purchasing them. Yeah. How many miles do you plan to hike a day? So for the first 2 weeks, I'm planning to hike 10 miles a day. If I can crank out more and still hit my 10-mile mileage a day, then I will do so. But after the first 2 weeks, it's 15 and 20 plusers from every day forward. And that is including those zeros in there. And zeros, again, are days in which hikers go off trail for a day to take a respite and then get back on trail either the next day or some days after. So if you take days after, it's consecutive zeros, but if you take just a day, it's just a zero. So yeah. What shoes are you wearing? So this is going again into the gear in which I'm planning on talking about in my gear list video. But I'm going to be wearing some Vasquez's, and they are the women's Vasquez Breeze 3 Mid Gore-Tex boots. I've had these since, let's see, 2017, since I've been out. Oh, is it 2017 or 2018? 2018, since I've been out in Colorado. I wore them ever since then. Those are like my primary hiking boots. But I just got for Christmas, shout out to my mama, some Las Sportivas Nucleo, I'm sorry, I'm butchering that name so bad, 2 Gore-Tex boots, and I broke those in since I got them for Christmas, and I've used them for a bunch of hikes that I've been on with friends. I'm also going to be wearing some Chacos, just because I am an ankle roller, so that's why my boots are mid, but my Chacos have a little bit of a heavy foot, so it keeps my feet a little bit more planted to this earth, okay? Yeah. What battery pack do you plan on using? So I was gifted a solar panel, which I'll talk more about in my gear list video. And then I'm also bringing a 20 milliamp portable charger, which should give me 6 charges with my beautiful iPhone. And then I'm going to be bringing my GoPro along too, that I'll use for that as well as with the solar panel. And I know I'm going to get a lot of people saying you probably shouldn't bring a solar panel just because you're going to be canopied a lot. This solar panel is pretty long. It's lightweight, but it's pretty long, and as long as I can get some sun rays, I will be fine. And if I used it already out under canopy, under trees, even though I guess you could say it's kind of sparse right now that the trees aren't really canopied, but I feel like at least for the first leg of my trip, I should be fine. What are you most afraid of? I've gotten this a lot too. I try not to live in fear too much, if I'm being honest, but I would say any bad bear encounters or snake bites, if I get any, that kind of scares me, just because I will be doing this trip solo. So I know I'll meet people along the way that I may, kind of become like a trail family with. And again, for those of you who don't know what trail family means, it's people that you meet along the way that you kind of stick by them, and you group together with them, and they become like your little family out on trail. But if I don't have that and I'm by myself and it happens, I'm gonna be a little concerned about it, but I know what to do when it comes to them. So I'm gonna take all the precautionary measures, and I will be using a Zillow, which is a satellite communicator that has an SOS beacon on it. So I'll be using that if I get into any pickles. Yeah, and then I'm also most afraid of slipping over rocks, just because I don't know, I just feel like because I'm a little bit clumsy, that would be a little scary. But and I know, like everybody says, the Pennsylvania part of the trail is the most rocky, so just pray for me, guys, when we get to the Pennsylvania area, just because I just know I'm gonna trip over some rocks out there, especially after seeing other countless YouTubers who have filmed their experience slip over rocks. Yeah. What is your plan if it's bad weather? I.e. thunderstorming and lightning, or fog, or flooding. And my goal is to check the weather literally every single day. I'm pretty sure every hiker would tell you that's like the first thing they do when they get up, other than maybe use the bathroom, is check the weather. So yeah, check the weather daily, even like looking at the week's forecast, even though I took a meteorology class in college, and I was always told 3 days out is like your best, 7 days it's a mess. So I'm gonna be looking out for the weather daily, just because within the day it's more accurate. So that's my primary way of trying to avoid any like bad weather. other than that, it's like knowing all the precautionary measures when it comes to actually bad weather. And you can find countless videos on YouTube that talks about how to be safe out there on trail when bad weather hits. And I don't want to butcher any of those videos, so I just encourage anybody to go watch those, because I'm not really good with words all the time, and I don't want to tell you anything that's wrong. Yeah. What made you want to go out there alone? Self-improvement. Self-improvement is my main reason. I always look for ways to grow as a person, and I love being in nature, and I talked about this in my first video, but it's one of the places where I'm most grounded, and I feel like I'm most connected to God, and I want to grow both spiritually, mentally, physically, and what better way to do that than hiking the Appalachian Trail? Yeah. And then I don't want to be tethered to anybody. I think when it comes to having a partner, it just seems like a great idea just because, you know, you have somebody with you, you know, if something happens, they can be there to help you along the way. But it's also the same caveat, if something happens to them, you have to help them, and you don't want to leave them knowing that you still have all these miles that you're trying to crank out. So being solo kind of gives me that leeway to just do my own thing and go my own way whenever I want to, without having the person tethered to me and knowing I have to stick beside them and be with them. Yeah. So. And what am I most excited about? If you know me, you know it's the stars, the sunsets, and sunrises. And I'm gonna balance the scales because I am dyslexic. So anyways, yeah, the sunsets and sunrises are, I live for those every single day. So I think that's like the things I'm most excited about. But also summiting Katahdin, like making it to the end, reaching every single peak, going down every single valley. I said this in my first video, like I think it's nothing more awe-inspiring than seeing people reach their goals. So I feel like that's my most exciting thing, like, is to reach and summit Katahdin and just like be up there and feel that breeze, because I know it's probably gonna be one up there, and just being thankful that I made it all the way there with the support of so many incredible people, by the way, because I'm so serious when I say I am so thankful for literally all the outpour of love and just encouragement I've been getting, even though I know that so many people are afraid for me. Like, my mind is literally blown, and I'm just so grateful and so thankful that God has given me this opportunity to go out here and thru-hike the Appalachian Trail and not feel the fear of what others feel for me, because I have no fear in this. I know that I'm gonna reach it, and I know I'm gonna make my goals, because I just know myself, and I know how my mind works, and I know I'm gonna have moments, because everybody have moments where they feel like I want to quit, like, this is crappy, why am I putting myself and my body through this? But I think if we put ourselves through anything every single day, why not put yourself through something that you always wanted to do? I'm also super excited about meeting all you thru-hikers that'll be hiking the trail too, as well in 2024, as well as any section hikers and day hikers, because what makes a trail the trail without the hikers, right? Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you guys have a very blessed, great rest of your day, and or night if you're watching this at night. And I will see you guys in the next video, so be on the lookout for that one. Bye!